Welcome back to another action figure review. In this review, we'll be taking a look at Mattel's Masterverse Deluxe Savage He-Man and Orko 2-pack. These figures are from the Netflix series Masters of the Universe Revelations. This is the packaging they come in. It says 30 points of articulation. I'm betting that's more for He-Man versus Orko. I'm not seeing in a way for Orko to have 30 points of articulation without legs, for example. But we'll be taking a look at him nonetheless. Now, on the back of the packaging, we have the very nice artwork of Savage He-Man. The artwork's very cool, but the figure that really doesn't represent the Savage version of He-Man. He has this Hulk presence. I really think they could have got a little bit bigger on the overall He-Man figure itself and give it more of a make a Marvel Legends Hulk figure. I think they just pretty much use the same buck they've been using for the He-Man figure. He should just, he should be portrayed a bigger, bulkier guy, obviously. So, but you can see at the bottom, we have the Wave 3 figures, the Savage He-Man figure, and the upcoming Triclops Deluxe pack, which I am very much looking forward to. Then we had the Faker figure also. There's a bio here on the card. Let's see if I can get a close-up of that. So you guys can go ahead and pause and read that if you would like. I'll give you a few minutes for that opportunity to pause the video. And then we'll be moving forward. Now, the side of the packaging has some pretty cool artwork also. We have two images of Savage He-Man and Orko there in the center. This looks fantastic. Here on the side, we have the Savage He-Man in a fade-out black lining. The most powerful primate in the universe. The bottom doesn't show a whole lot, but what's mostly important here is a UPC. So you guys can copy that down if you want to track these down in your local retailers. For the top of the box, we have the Masterverse on the top. And I'm going to cut the tape just to show you this little Easter egg by the pile of Grayskull just on the inside flap there. So with that being said, let's go and start taking a look at these figures outside the packaging. And just for you package collectors, the insert or drop background is just that same brick wall we're used to seeing. Okay, here is Savage He-Man outside the packaging. Like I said, first impressions, I think he should have been a bigger body. They use the same buck they use for all the other the male characters. So basically, you just got a geared down, long-haired He-Man figure for the overall presentation of the figure. It's not much to He-Man. He's just basically bare bone. He has his long blonde hair. Not even a mean face. It's a standard face. Eyes are painted nicely. The hair does look fantastically flowing. It's still a nice figure, but it's not really that Hulk impression you get from the cartoon. He does have his brown loincloth here with some black throughout. A little bit of strings painted there. A little bit of interior of the back of the fur lapped over around the waist. The overall body is your normal character. They use a brown highlighting wash or dry brushing, I guess, to fill in the line work of all the sculpt of his muscles. But nonetheless, he looks pretty cool. Side view. Back view. Other side. His bottom of his feet has two peg holes. Pretty cool. So for Savage He-Man's articulation, we have not too much of a head movement because of the hair. A little bit, too much side to side. It's on a ball joint. It will rotate 360, but all the stiff hair gets in the way. But it's the standard ball joint that would flow regardless of the hindrance of the hair. Arms on a ball joint to rotate 360 all the way around. They go up about this much. We have the top of the bicep rotation 360, double jointed elbows. Which gives you more than 90 degrees. 360 at the wrist, and then we have the in and out like this for the hands. We have the chest articulation. We have some side to side, down and back. We have 360 rotation here at the waist. We have thigh cuts here. We have a split about that much. I only go up to where the loincloth hits the legs. And then about that much. The double jointed knees. And then for his, he does have calf cuts. Just want to call that a calf cut. Right there, 360. Feet do pivot down. If you pivot up just a little bit, then they rotate by yourself around the ankle, 360, and then you can get the side to sides a little bit because of that 360 rotation. But basically, it's a standard buck. Nothing special about this. So it's kind of disappointing. So that's where the negative I want to have for this He-Man here is that, you know, he should be bigger. I thought he'd be bigger, so to speak. So, with that being said, let's go and take a look at He-Man's accessories. So he does come with 2 gripping hands for his weapons. So that's how those look installed. So He-Man comes with his power sword. It's the same power sword you're used to seeing. We have the silver, the gray, and the brown here on the bottom. Here we have Savage He-Man with the power sword. Kind of goes off the camera. He's quite large. If you can hold that real nice. The hands are very, very stiff, so it's a little bit of work to get them in their hand without trying to get any plastic wear. So that's worth noting, I guess. Cool. This figure also comes with a primitive spear, brown handle with the wraps around the top with the gray stone kind of arrowhead. Looks pretty good. And of course you can get a 2-handed holder if you really wanted it to work that in. It looks really good. So to take a closer look at the spear, the brown handle, the wraps, and then that shiny stone arrowhead. It's not too sharp or anything. Pretty cool. So one of the things that a lot of collectors are probably looking for is the very first version of He-Man's battle axe we haven't gotten yet from a standard He-Man figure. This is more of a stone versus a metal, I'm guessing. It's quite large, brown handle. A lot of sculpt work there. Blade has a little bit of nicks in it. Because it doesn't come across to me as a metal type weapon. I get the more of a impression of a stone battle axe. So that means we're still left out without having a He-Man with his battle axe. We'll probably get that with Battle Armor He-Man if that is ever released. Okay, here's He-Man holding his battle axe. Pretty nice. Do like it. To me, it's kind of missing something, but I still like it though. Pretty cool. So He-Man comes with 3 weapons and 1 set of alternate hands. And now let's take a look at the Orko action figure. Okay, here he is, our little wizard. We have Orko from Masters of the Universe Revelation version. Very cool. He has his like dirty orange hat. We have some brown wraps from the top, the center, and a band around there. We have some yellow and red there. We do have his blue ears. That's kind of like a skull dog pointed downward. We have his yellow eyes, painted pretty good, black face, purple scarf, quite large. We do not have that circle that we're used to seeing on Orko's classic version. Scarf is quite large, it's covered up anyway. Then we have the red shirt. Does have his blue hands. They are open hands. Then we have the long piece on the back of Orko's scarf. Like I thought before we opened the packaging, there is not very much articulation in the figure. For the head, he can look down pretty cool. Let's hide his face. That's pretty evil looking. You can bring it up. We have some side to side. And all around, of course, 360 if you want to get a Psycho Orko. His scarf does flop around a little bit. Probably can pop the head off and remove the scarf if you wanted to do that. Now there's no other articulation in his ears. His arms are actually on a ball joint, but then they do rotate 360 all the way around. But it kind of hindered a little bit because of the actual scarf. You can see the ball joint there. So they will rotate in different positions. And then they raise up a little bit like this. To a scarf actually limits the movement. There's no other articulation in the arms. That's it. This is a solid piece. There's nothing in the elbow, nothing in the wrist. It's just those ball jointed shoulders. Now, here's the bottom of Orko. And he does come with a stand, which is fantastic. So we can have somewhere to put Orko, obviously, because he won't stand by himself. He'll just fall over. So let's take a look at that stand. It's a very nice translucent clear plastic, but it has a lot of sculpt work in it. You can see here at the bottom, there's some spikes, I guess, wavy spikes here. There is a joint here at the base, so you can move it back and forth and 360 all the way around. And then the next joint is here at the top, which is a back and forth, no rotation. So this is the piece that would plug into the bottom of Orko. Just stick it right in there. Could be a little tricky as long as you don't keep it straight. There we go. So on that ball, he can rotate forward like so. He can rotate back. And then you can move his head, obviously. And then on the base here, you can move the base back. Alternate that if you like. He does flop around a good bit. However you see. The stand doesn't hold him all the way back like that. Want to fall over. So you have to pretty much find your center of gravity, I'm guessing, for your Orko figure. And that's looks like to be like more of a lean forward type version of Orko. Pretty cool for our very first Orko for our Masterverse. Hopefully we get a classic version of Orko also. That'd be great. Very nice. So this is how he compares with the He-Man in height. Pretty cool set. Retail price. Look to pay around $29.99 to $32.99 on average for retail price. Anything beyond that is going to be your secondary market or scalping price. So my final thoughts on the figures. It's a cool set. it's definitely worth picking up. The Savage He-Man figure should be bigger. I thought it would be bigger, but they use the same buck, so it really loses its overall presence without that bulk. And with it being a deluxe figure, we should have got a bulkier Hulk type figure. Power Sword's the same. The spear is really cool. The battle axe is cool, but it's more primitive. And I get where they're going with it because it's Savage He-Man, obviously. But hopefully we'll get that He-Man's original battle axe maybe in another version of He-Man. Potentially, probably the battle armor He-Man, maybe. Orko, a little light on the articulation that I would hoped. It gets the job done for the Revelations version. Tongue twister. The base is really cool. Gotta watch how you position it because it does fun tilt and fall over if you get it. If you lose your center of gravity on that. But nonetheless, it's a cool Orko for our very first Masterverse line. So, I mean, I have more gripes about the set than any of the figures so far. And it's not really on quality. It's more or less the lack of presentation. So, missing the O, obviously. I don't remember if he has one in Netflix cartoon. I don't think he does. But gotta have that classic O on the actual shirt of Orko. I'm still gonna recommend the overall set because I think it's kind of cool. I think this Savage He-Man looked great with Revelations Beastman, kind of give you a Savage Beastman versus Savage He-Man, since that didn't go bulky on Savage He-Man. He'll stand pretty good with the Beastman version of the Revelations figure. I'm highly anticipating the 2 more deluxe, which is the Triclops, because it comes with the more of a classic version and with that mechanic version, and then the trap jaw looks really cool. So those are the next 2 upcoming deluxe packs. So look for those on this channel. If you like these reviews, please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future He-Man reviews and any other reviews we do here on our channel. Please like and share the video. Comment down below if you have any questions, comments, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next review.